I should speak now. 11 बज गए तो right up. See, when we want to, there is a basic discussion. I think हमने किया भी था कि जीवन में कुछ भी करना है, चाहे वो साधना करनी है, चाहे ऑफिस में देखना है, 4 फैक्टर्स भगवान ने बताए हैं जो हर काम के लिए आवश्यक। पहला है छंद, वीर्य, चित्त, मीमांसा। ये हम सबको याद रखना चाहिए। छंद मतलब हमारी चॉइस क्या है, हम क्या चाहते हैं। हम चाहते हैं कि सब कुछ ठीक ठाक रहे, सब सुखद रहे, ये हमारी इच्छा है क्या? या हम ये चाहते हैं कि भगवान के मार्ग पे हम चलें, हमारे को भगवान का मार्ग ठीक से समझ में आए और उसके ऊपर चलेंगे और हमें श्रद्धा है तो चलेंगे, तो हमारा अपने आप को लेंगे। क्या हमारी ये कन्विक्शन है? तुमने चूज क्या किया है? Have we chosen to be mindful? And have we chosen to be mindful only when we are suffering, not otherwise? ये पुरानी कहावत है ना, दुख में सुमिरन सब करें, सुख में करें न कोई। So if you want to be mindful only when suffering arises, and therefore suffering shouldn't be not identify with suffering, and it should go. It's never going to happen. Impossible. It will happen only when there is sukha and you say, that's okay. That is what is meant by सुख में सुमिरन करें। जब सुख की परिस्थिति हो तब आप उससे आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे हो क्या? अगर आप उससे तब आइडेंटिफाई करोगे, दुख से तो करोगे, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? So that is first thing which we have to understand. What are we choosing? Are we choosing to be mindful only when there is suffering? First noble truth. You are not understanding first noble truth. Suffering is not just the apparent suffering. Suffering is the pleasure, which bodily pleasure. That is suffering. You don't realize it. And therefore, there is no solution possible. Because that needs indriya samvar. That needs sense restraint. If we don't have sense restraint, we just can't walk on the path. It's not possible. So you have to appreciate that. जो छंद है उसके लिए क्या हम चूज कर रहे हैं? सिर्फ जब दुख होगा तब हम जाग जाएंगे और तब हम फर्स्ट नोबल ट्रुथ को याद करेंगे और वो निकल जाएगा कि हाँ दिस इज द वे। ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? हमने सिर्फ अपरेंट अनप्लेजेंटनेस को ही दुख मान रहे हैं, जो प्लेजेंटनेस है उसको तो सुख मान रहे हैं ना। अगर प्लेजेंट चीजों को सुख मान रहे हैं तो आगे कैसे बढ़ेंगे? That's not the teaching of Buddha. That's first thing.
Sir, so how you so you just mentioned that requires indriya samvar. So chanda का indriya samvar से कैसे relation?
I'm not talking of theory. I'm talking about hard practice.
नहीं थ्योरी नहीं से पूछ रहा हूँ, उसमें कैसे छंद का इंद्रिय संवर से
अगर हमें प्लेजेंट सीकिंग टेंडेंसी रहेगी, ठीक है ना, तो विल ऑलवेज चूज दैट इम्प्लिसिटली। इवन इन द सर्च फॉर freedom from suffering, we are choosing pleasant. We are not choosing. Our freedom from suffering becomes choice of pleasant. Internally, deeply, subconsciously वो चलता रहेगा, क्योंकि हमने unpleasant experiences को दुख नहीं माना है। That's in that sense it is इंद्रिय संवर कि हम pleasant experiences को भी दुख मान रहे हैं क्या? क्योंकि उसमें अनित्यता का बोध है। It is unsatisfactory. If our tendency towards pleasure seeking remains, we have not got the first noble truth. So in that sense, implicitly, I mean, we should have an इंद्रिय संवर, ताकि हमारी pleasure seeking की tendency हमको grip ना करे। pleasure seeking की tendency हमको grip करेगी तो हम देख ही नहीं पाएंगे कि जो pleasant situation है उसमें भी दुख छुपा हुआ है। जब प्लेजेंट सिचुएशन में छिपे हुए दुख को नहीं देख पाएंगे तो जो अनप्लेजेंट सिचुएशन है उससे कैसे निकल पाएंगे? कोई नहीं सकता। क्योंकि हम उससे हमेशा प्लेजेंट को जाने की कोशिश करेंगे. We'll always want from there to go to pleasant, because that is the only way we understand. So it's a bit subtle thing. I hope I'm able to explain.
नहीं sir, you are. It's just that I'm saying it's so instinctive. Pleasure seeking is so instinctive.
We have to learn to restrain it. We can't let loose our instincts and still hope that we'll understand Buddha's path. So कैसे हो सकता है?
सर बट दुख से बाहर निकलने का रास्ता है.
दुख से बाहर निकलने का रास्ता है.
बट वो भी तो प्लेजर
अगर
सीकिंग.
अगर हम दुख को समझें, अगर हम दुख को समझें, अगर हम जो प्लेजर है, इंद्रिय सुख है, उसको सुख मान रहे हैं, तो हमने तो दुख समझा ही नहीं. हम सिर्फ क्रिटिसिज्म को दुख मान रहे हैं, प्रेज को दुख नहीं मान रहे. समझ रहे मेरी बात? That's a pretty tough one. When you praise me and I get puffed up, then obviously when you criticize me, I'll be unhappy. You can't have one without other. If I see the praise as okay, the words, that's okay. And don't take it personally. Understand it is a result of interconnectedness. All those are at the back of my mind, which reduce my sense of self to such an extent that I don't take the praise personally. Then I will not take the blame also personally. But if I take the praise personally, I'll take the blame also personally. If there are 10 people working with me and I get praise and I get puffed up, and I don't see that they are responsible for it, and I just abdicate all my association with it, then when I get criticism, I'll associate with them. Yeah, देखो भैया, तुम्हारे कारण डांट पड़ रही है मुझे, कुछ करो. Simple thing. मैं तो कहता रहता हूँ, देखो तुम्हारे कारण डांट पड़ रही है. But that you can say truthfully only if, when you get praise, you send everybody ahead and you are the last to accept it. That's the way it has to work. Then real teaching of Buddha is understood. So that is what I'm saying, Chanda. Are we clear what are we choosing? Are we choosing replacement of suffering by pleasure, or are we choosing understanding of the suffering, truly understanding what suffering is? That is one thing. Then second is virya, effort. You have to apply effort. You have to overcome the inertia. You can't do that without it. It's not possible. We can't do effort only when there is suffering and think that the rest of the time is okay, it doesn't matter. It's not possible. Why am I not able to see the first noble truth or any other situation for that matter? Because sati is not there. Why is sati not there? Because I have not practiced. I have not practiced in the times when the mind is peaceful, when the mind is calm. I have not practiced when pleasure arises and I take it personally. I have not practiced sati at that time and seen the characteristic of pleasant experience. Therefore, it's not going to work. The story of everybody. It's not just Deepak. It's everybody's story. It's everybody's story. And my story also. It's not to vary. It's only a question of different degrees. Kind to sabka same ही.
This is definitely my story.
So you have to see. You have to see exactly what is happening. What is happening. What is happening. Am I being mindful at times when I don't feel like being mindful? When everything is going fine, am I mindful even then? That's why the need for regular practice. I'm going against my grain. I don't have time. I'm busy. I have to do so many things to do. So what? I have to have the distinction between urgent and important. This is a fundamental distinction which we totally ignore in our life. Urgent तो हमेशा ही चलता रहेगा यार. But what is important in life? So always important gets sacrificed at the altar of urgent, and then we regret. So virya is necessary, effort is necessary. Without that, nothing is possible. Nothing is possible. अपने आप थोड़ा हो जाएगा यार कि हम सजग हो जाएंगे, अपने आप नहीं होता ना.
ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है सर. हमें लगता है कि हमें अंडरस्टैंडिंग से हम सजग हो जाएंगे.
It's not going to happen like that. You have to apply effort. You have to apply. That's why indriya samvar. I have to restrain. I must have proper timing for my activities. I must have proper time management. That all needs indriya samvar. What I must eat, what I must drink, what I must sleep, what I must work, what time I must put. That's all indriya samvar. I decide, okay, that's it. Alarm is gone, wind up. Alarm is gone, get up. That's indriya samvar. That's true of all of us. So Vidya is absolutely, and Buddha's teachings are so crystal clear. Then Chitta, apply the mind to that, and be attentive to it with full mind. काम करते हुए काम में मन नहीं है लगा हुआ, कुछ और कर रहे हैं, कुछ और सोच रहे हैं, कैसे काम होगा? It won't happen. Because it may be because we don't like the work. Then it's high time that we decide how do either I change my liking or I change my work. There's no other option.
सर दोनों चेंज करना बहुत मुश्किल है.
एक को तो मुश्किल तो है यार. अगर जीवन आसान होता तो फिर क्या दिक्कत, फिर हमारी पढ़ाई कैसे होती? बीटेक करना आसान था क्या? ये होता
नहीं सर, लाइकिंग थी सर.
बीटेक आसान था क्या?
नहीं सर, आसान नहीं था, बट लाइकिंग थी.
लाइकिंग थी, सब चीज, सारी क्लास जो पढ़ते थे सबके प्रति लाइकिंग थी.
सर वो एक
सारे कोर्सेज के प्रति लाइकिंग थी. सब
सारे कोर्सेज के प्रति लाइकिंग थी सर. सर वो ग्रेड्स के प्रति लाइकिंग थी.
तो रिजल्ट हुआ ना यार.
सर उस चक्कर में हो जाता था वीक.
जितने वाहियात कोर्सेज तुमको पढ़ाया गया आईआईटी में, क्या सबके प्रति लाइकिंग थी क्या? आई एम श्योर देयर मस्ट बी मोर देन 50% व्हिच यू डिडंट लाइक.
या
But you sat in the course, you listened to the talk, tolerated the teacher, listened to his talk, wrote the exams, did the assignments. Why? Because you had a discipline. A discipline was demanded by the situation and you obeyed the discipline, and that's how you got through. Same thing applies in our life. Our life is an examination. We are here for a curriculum. I repeat Ramdas' statement. We are here on a curriculum. We have to study. यहाँ हम ऐश करने नहीं आए. The life is a test which wants to teach us something. We have to be good students. So effort is needed. So application of mind is needed. You can't escape from that. No? There is no escape. It's difficult. Yes. Effort is difficult. Application of mind is difficult. Doing something which you don't like is difficult. But that is the essence of education. Actually, if you see some of the quotations I used to use in our value education center when we were kind of convincing people about it, is Julian Huxley's statement, the essence of education is the ability to do a thing which is right, irrespective of whether you like it or don't like it. And the ability to not do what is wrong, irrespective of whether you like it or not like it. That's it. My liking, disliking does not matter. Once I understand it is right, it has to be done. This is essentially the Buddha's teaching on speech. If it is right, if it is beneficial, it should be spoken. Whether you like it or not like doesn't matter. Of course, properly, tactfully. Same thing applies for actions. My body does not like, my mind does not like to do this kind of work, that kind of work. But it is necessary. If it is necessary, better do it. As you get old, you feel that situation. You know? Madam likes to eat so many things. She cannot. And whenever she does, she gets into trouble. See? Out of sheer impact of the health, she's forced to give up so many things. We are forced to give up so many things. Because you like them, but you're not supposed to eat them. You don't like it, but you're supposed to eat it. Eat it. खाओ इसको. ये खाना है, ये नहीं खाना. So this is good for your health. It's not good. Apply the same thing to everything. You can apply to mental food. What kind of food should I give to my mind? What kind of game should I play? What kind of activity should I have? What kind of friends I should have? So all that has to be done. That's the part of chitta. Application of mind. And then vimamsa, periodically reviewing. भाई मैं किस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा था, कहाँ पहुंच गया, चॉइस क्या की थी मैंने, चॉइस की थी दुख मुक्ति की, और पहुंच कहाँ गया, दुख बढ़ गया क्या, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा क्या, क्यों नहीं हो रहा भाई, देखूं तो सही कौन से फैक्टर में कमी रह गई, चित्त में कमी रह गई, वीर्य में कमी रह गई, मेरा छांदी गलत है क्या.
So where does sammaditthi come here? Sammaditthi नहीं आई सर, कि हमें समझना भी तो पड़ेगा क्या सही है क्या गलत.
That is the basis of chanda.
So but chanda तो सर you said intention और choice.
Yeah, but
intention तो मेरी है दुख को समझने की, अगर मुझे उसका कारण ही समझ में नहीं आया.
On what basis would you choose? It is basically an action. Of course, then you have to do. Apply in the virya, it has to be includes everything. Virya includes samavayamo, virya includes samasati, virya includes samasama, everything. All eightfold path is a part of virya. In that sense of, because it's a general prescription for all, so it is a generic kind of formulation. It is basically a formulation for Iddhipada, means for developing special powers. क्या कहते हैं उनको, अभिन्यास, psychic power develop करने के लिए. So the key thing is that this generic template can be applied to anything, whether it is my office, whether it is my home, whether it is my child, or whether it is my spiritual practice. So I can apply it there. Now, whatever I know, and know means understand intellectually, if I am not able to put into practice, then I should investigate. Why am I not able to put into practice? Isn't it? Where exactly is the difficulty? Is it in virya? Is it in chitta? Is it in vimamsa? Vimamsa is actually panya in a way. How are you going to review and discriminate? कन्या का एक नाम धम्म विजय भी है, कि नाम वंशा भी कन्या को ही कह देते हैं, broad sense. It means discrimination, investigate, reflection, whether you have achieved what you are doing, reviewing the outcome of your efforts. So all of us should keep that investigative mindset. Okay, I'm not able to live up to my own knowledge. It's a standard problem of humanity for ages, right? And we hear it from the time of Duryodhana to Saint Peter and to everybody today. मुझे मालूम है क्या ठीक है, लेकिन मैं कर नहीं पा रहा हूँ. मुझे मालूम है क्या गलत है, मैं छोड़ नहीं पा रहा हूँ. It's a common story of all of us. But we must know what is the problem, where exactly we as meditators and as those who are given to reflection and investigation should be able to find out यार कहाँ दिक्कत हो रही है. Not a generic statement of that kind. Exactly find out, pinpoint. वीर्य कम है क्या? मैं सती का अभ्यास ही नहीं करता तो सती आएगी कैसे? अपने आप आ जाएगी क्या? सती का अभ्यास का मतलब क्या है? मैं सजग रहूं दिन भर रात भर 24 घंटे सजग रहूं. I should not be lost. whether I'm eating, whether I'm walking, whether I'm fine, or at least periodically in a day, few minutes, you just stop and look at it. What's going on? What's going on? Morning sitting, evening sitting, all those are absolutely essential. इन सब के बगैर कैसे हो जाएगा? तो जादू थोड़ा हो जाएगा. सिर्फ हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग से ट्रांसफॉर्म हो जाएंगे क्या? अंडरस्टैंडिंग एक्शन में आनी चाहिए ना, तभी तो ट्रांसफॉर्म होंगे. और अंडरस्टैंडिंग एक्शन में तब आएगी जब ये सब प्री रिक्विजिट्स फुलफिल होंगे. ऐसा अगर अंडरस्टैंडिंग सफिशिएंट होती तो भगवान एक दे देते सम्मादित, ठीक, बाकी 7 देने की क्या जरूरत थी? There's no need for all 7. Just as if Sati was only there as we were told, then Sammasati should have been told. बाकी सब की क्या जरूरत थी? It's not. All of them are necessary. So you have to see that. Where exactly you are faltering. And the biggest issue in our day-to-day life is the perception problem. We keep on repeating it ad nauseam. It's our perception problem. What do I perceive myself to be? What is my perception about certain things? About my wife, about my husband, about my brother, about my sister, about my boss? What is my perception? Does it have that tinge of metta, karuna, mudita, upekha? Or does it have an adversarial role? We hear Lungpo saying again and again, we are all united in consciousness. Is it just a talk or is it reality? So if it is not happening, then we should investigate. क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा यार, हमसे क्यों नहीं हो रहा? Then only it will happen. That's the role of a mamsa. Investigate. हम जा कहाँ रहे थे, पहुंचे कहाँ से, जहाँ पहुंचना था वहां तो पहुंचे नहीं, आधे रास्ते रह गए, चौथाई रास्ते रह गए, या चले ही नहीं, तो क्या हुआ भाई? हमने अविद्या की रस्सी बांधी हुई है सड़क के रास्ते में और हम चले जा रहे हैं, चप्पू चला रहे हैं, जैसे मोहन का ये ब्यूटीफुल एग्जाम्पल देते हैं ना, कि आपने नाव चला रहे रात भर और रस्सी खुली नहीं अविद्या की. वैसे ही हो रहा है क्या? हम एफर्ट किए जा रहे हैं और अविद्या के साथ एफर्ट हो रहा है, या एफर्ट ही नहीं हो रहा, सो ही गए, क्या हो रहा है वो देखना. सो दिस कैन बी अ गुड वे, आई वुड सजेस्ट, ऑफ reflecting on that. Unless we are able to see the limitation of pleasures, we will not be truly able to investigate suffering. You may find it very strange statement. It's not usually spelled out like that, but that's the way I understand it. Okay? Now, if there's any clarification needed or question, we have a few minutes.
So going back to the question that we started with.
Yeah.
So then what is the sense of being a human being?
Each one of us should decide.
Yes, sir.
Each one of us should decide for oneself. Really, it depends on where I am on the mountain. It's the mountain analog is a wonderful analog for our spiritual quest. Depending on where I am on the journey toward the mountain top, that's the portion what I can see. So I should make sure what is the way I should move, what direction and what path should I follow. When you go on a mountain, there can be so many paths. A steep ascent, going round and round and round, or some middle path, somewhere here, there. So wherever I am, I can see what is the course, what I can see, and what is my objective, and then accordingly decide what I should be doing at this moment. or for this much time, which will mean I should be able to review where am I. I review, okay, these are my short. This is what I do quite often. Review what is the mental factor which is troubling me. Is it anger? Is it irritation? Is it perception? And hold on to one factor which is dominant at that moment. Hold on to that, work on it. And come to a state where I can see it thoroughly. That's the way we should do it. So each one of us should work on like that. Which is the mental factor which is troubling me the most? Which is not allowing me to work according to the Four Noble Truths, not allowing me to practice them. All of us have our shortcomings. किसी का किसी डोमेन में है, किसी का किसी डोमेन में, किसी का घर पे है, किसी का ऑफिस में है, किसी का बच्चों से है, किसी का पत्नी से है, किसी का हस्बैंड से है, किसी का बहन से है, किसी का भाई से. All of us have our own blind spots, triggers which can irritate us. So we look at that and use this, be grateful for the triggers and use those triggers to transmute us. The trigger remains there. You get changed because you use that as an opportunity of learning. So depending on what is our trigger, what is our conditionality, and keeping in view the general principle, which I have tried to put down for you, you can reflect deeply. This is the general direction. Okay, I want to make sure that Arya Satchana Dasanam. It's a great objective. It's an objective for a full enlightenment. Yes, very good, wonderful. So let me start with first and see. Why can't I see it? What is the problem? Many of us can see it. If many of my friends are able to see, why am I not able to see? Where exactly is the problem? Let me find out. Investigate. I have old meditators. I sit and see. So this issue is ये वाला ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं हमेशा नहीं देख पाता. ये भी गलतफहमी नहीं रहनी चाहिए. हम कई बार देख पाते हैं. कुछ एरियाज में हमारे ब्लाइंड स्पॉट्स होते हैं जो हम नहीं देख पाते. तो जहाँ जिस एरिया में ब्लाइंड स्पॉट है उस एरिया को हम आइडेंटिफाई करें और उस पर काम करें. Nobody is always suffering. Nobody. Quite a few of unpleasantness we are able to take in the stride. But some unpleasantness we are not able to take in the stride. But unfortunately, most of the pleasantness, we don't look at it as a unsatisfactory. That's the real catch. So that we should be more careful. Pleasantness, okay, good. Thank you. You get a praise. Okay, thank you. If there's a team which is getting a praise, put the team before you. Don't take the praise yourself. Give it to everybody. And whatever comes to your share, be humble and understand whatever has been done has happened because of infinite number of causes and conditions. And if there is a success, very good. We appreciate it. We're happy about it. But I know it's not me personally doing it. Even those abilities which I have are not mine. I don't know how many millions of lifetimes millions of people have lived in that stream of consciousness and done and contributed to their abilities which I today have. So I have that understanding. That's why the understanding helps you to make sure that you don't take things personally. So if you don't take praise personally, then the possibility of not taking blame personally is high. That has been my experience. You can verify. Maybe different people have different experiences. It's true. It's possible. Okay. Any other question?